My fancy little hinge here worked once and broke off. So what I've done is got myself a big heavy duty gate hinge and bolted it to this bracket, and I'm gonna bend it around this down here and weld that on. And I'll put 2 bolts in it. That should be plenty strong for a hinge, and I can take this whole thing off of here. That was kind of the idea when I was putting those nuts on there, nuts and bolts for a hinge, that I could unscrew them. But it looks like this is going to be the way to go. As it sets right now, I'm about ½ an inch above my that hood. Needs to be back about there, and I've got a pretty strong kink in this lower hinge here to get it to fit this square tube. So what I need to do is mark it somehow, and then take that hinge out and bend it to where it'll fit this good. Then I'll weld all of this long hinge here to the 1-inch square tubing, and that should fix the hinge business altogether. Looks like I'm gonna have plenty of movement here for the hood to flip up. So that's what I need to do, is get this up to where it's supposed to go. It's pretty close there. Maybe tack it, and then I can mark this hinge. Well, that turned out much better. I got these welded in, and I got enough room here for a bolt. Right now the tilt's hitting this bracket, but it flipped up, and the hinges are pretty strong. I still have to weld a brace down here in the bottom, that I made one of them here. This bolts onto the frame and goes up to the bottom of the hinge. I thought that was hitting this. Might be hitting something else. I hope it's not hitting something solid. I'm not sure what's stopping it there. But I want it to open a little more than that. That'll just fall back down again. Don't look like I'm hitting anything over here. Should have room. I'll crawl under there and find what it's hitting, and we'll fix that, put some braces on it, and I'll have to drill a couple bolt holes, and I'll have to sort it out where it hits the cowl there, put pins in it, and then once I get that all done, I can bolt this down. Well, I added 1/4 inch of metal in there underneath that hinge, and cut the bracket back it was hitting the bottom of the hinge here is what was keeping it from coming forward. And I retacked my hood up here. Right here and right there in the middle. I just cut it loose and it looked like it might have moved 1/4 of an inch. But I should be able to raise the hood up now. Let me get in the middle so I don't twist it so bad and see if I can. Come up real easy. I stuck a bar in it there to prop it. I'm having the same problem though. It goes to this point right here and it acts like it's hitting something. But I want it to travel far enough that I've got where the weight will hold it up and not have to prop it every time. I don't know if my hinges are hitting in the back there or what. I'll crawl under there and see if I can figure that out. Yeah, it was hitting the clamps there on the hinge. I got them out of the way and it's flipped up and sitting on its own weight. I've actually got it propped up right there, but it went forward far enough I can get under here real easy and work. So now I know where my hinges need to go. I've got them spaced there where it fits this cowl pretty good. Look, I had a little tire rubbing here. I don't know if that's recent or what. I heard a little noise on it. I thought it was coming from the back, but it could have been coming from this front tire. That's not too big a deal. I can just kind of dent that in a little. I don't think that headlight bucket's that deep. Need to make some kind of a brace there. Pretty good one that this fender will come down and hit on, one for each side, and then I have to fix these fenders where they are the right size here, rather than try to redo all the stuff that the other guy did. I'm going to try to make some kind of bracket on here that goes like that, you know. It'll fit the hood. That's what I got this round bar for, and this square bar. And this stuff's pricey. I was getting it at Ace Hardware. The wife works at Home Depot. She didn't know what kind of metal I wanted. So anyway, looks like the flip up works good, and the hinge works real good. Like I said, I wanted to be able to bolt this on. I'm not sure what I'll do. I think I'll weld that plate underneath there, and it's going to be quite a trick to get a bolt all the way through there. All my drill bits are kind of bad, and I'm not sure if I put a bolt in that, if the bolt's going to interfere here with this bar. I think it will. unless I tapped and threaded that plate. I suppose I could do that, but because I'd really like to be able to weld this all up on the inside here instead of just on the outside. I guess I could weld most of it with it flipped up. In fact, I could. No real reason to take it completely off. I can pretty much reach everything, and that'll be my fastest and easiest way to fix these hinges, is just weld them in. But anyway, Mr. Front End, I don't know if it's going to go down. It's probably going to hit them clamps, maybe not. How about that? Closed good. 1/4 inch on both sides here, 1/2 inch here. Looks like that's where those hinges need to go. So I can take one off at a time and start welding this thing up. I'll just weld them in and be done with it. This is good enough here. And there's a piece of brace I made. That's a nasty thing to have hanging around pointed up. So anyway, looks like the hinge idea is working good. It's plenty strong, and I can make up another brace there for it, keep it from twisting when it's all the way open, and press on with that. Got to looking at this, and the hood is actually been in this Volkswagen bracket here. So what I was going to do is weld this angle iron right here. I'm going to try to keep it out of my Volkswagen thing. Weld this across here, and then on the ends weld it into the frame. So that should make this fairly strong. And I've got it, if I put it right here at the bottom of this hole, I can tack it all along here, a few places here and here. Should make it strong enough. And then a plate on the frame will keep it from tweaking. This little bracket I made down here, not only is it kind of ugly hanging down, but I need to have a 45 or something in there to brace it. And I can drill 2 more holes here for the bolts. So anyway, I'm going to try to put this angle iron up in here and see what I can do about welding it in. I'm trying to sort this out. I kind of cut this piece loose, and I'm going to pull it out here and make it match this hood. And I've got a piece of square bar here made to the shape that I need for this hood to set on. This was not braced very well. The main thing was holding it was right here in this corner, and I cut that and I bent it out. It looks pretty straight. I need it about right there. So I'm going to have to figure out some way of getting a brace in here. we'll get something. Not exactly sure what. I gotta move it out about a half an inch. So I'll try to get this sorted and brace it and tack this plate in. My hand seems to be working pretty good. They've got a piece of the fender in here. I think I'll probably just cut this off. Probably put a stick between the motor and here. Get it bent out kind of straight. And then I'll work a little more on trying to get this inner panel back in here in some kind of a good shape. And I tacked my piece in here. And I cut this chunk out here. This is something that gotta go in here. They had, I don't know what's going on with it, but part of the splash guard. I'll figure out what's happening here. Looks like they had it like that. Just really bad. I'll figure out something a little better than this. Looks like I could probably weld it in there like this. Don't know, but I closed the hood on this. This is pretty straight, and now I need to get it braced into the rest of the car. I hate to weld it into the frame. But I have this little doohickey here. That's what they braced it with on the other side. Maybe I'll just put this in here, and that'll keep it from going side to side. Try to clean this up best I can before I do it. I don't think it'll interfere with taking any of this stuff out. So they had it vertically like that. It looks like it'll fit a lot better and weld better horizontally. So I'll figure out where to put this cleaned up, tack it in, and I can take my big brace out there. Press on. I don't know if I ran out of room or what, but I can adjust this hood with these brackets here to move it back a little. Look like it's creeping up just a little bit. So anyway, this part's pretty much done. It's never going to be real stiff without that big hole in it there. So next I'm going to get a piece of sheet metal here for the hood, and welded into the hood and the fender. And this should get rid of all my flex in here and get rid of that green bracket, which is really just a vertical brace. It's got nothing to do with side by side. So my next deal is try to find me a piece that big and cut that rough shape in it. This didn't really show well on the other video, but I got a bash plate put in here. I split it down in there and welded it, beat it over. Looks like I've got a little bit of rough edge here. I might split this several places and hammer it over. In fact, I think I will. So when everything's done here, got a brace welded in there, so it looks pretty good. Like always, takes longer than you think, but I got this little panel in here and welded. I used a filler rod there, and I cleaned this up a little bit, but it's a lot stronger than it was. This would be actually no real problem to cover this up with Bondo, but I'm gonna kind of leave it as a rat rod look, stitched all together. I think I'm gonna put just a 1-inch piece across this. I tried to fill up their holes that they burned in there, but I didn't have much luck with it. So I'll just put a patch across it there, weld it on the sides, and that'll give it more of a patched together look. All the inside is good. I got a bolt in the thing right now. I'd show you that. But Mr. Rat Rod's coming along. I need to still cut a panel for this. Patch that, and I have to finish welding up this fender. And of course I still got that nasty roof to do. Got to patch the tail lights here. Make some kind of a bottom plate. Weld this fender. I'm telling you, sure a lot of work. I guess on this fender right now, since it's clean, I could just weld a piece of welding rod in there and make it a lot better than it is. But I'm kind of tired. I think I will do that. Let's press that fender in there and weld it. If I push it in, I'm going to pull that other one out, so I think I'll just weld a little piece of round bar in there and go from that.